we've seen what happens at start every game so far. Will it be super contested the way we've seen in previous games? Who knows? At the moment in time, all I see is the two teams, Chap and Skittles, go into that 50-50 chess, and it wasn't much of a 50-50. That felt more like it was 100% going to be them picking up the weaponry at first and closing that one out.
Levin, it was a 50-50. One 50 pot for Chap and then another 50 pot for Chap. Pure 50-50. Thank you very much. I will take another one of those. Now Chap waiting for one more here.
And you see pushing into this player's face and really trying to take him out of the game, and does so successfully. That Stark rifle, so strong. And now able to pair it with a shotgun as well. Skittles and Chap coming out on top of the main building battle, but we'll soon be running into Aspect, who has been playing incredibly well with Zuni so far today, but that's going to be the end of their games. And now Aspect and Zuni's down and out, right? Their points are locked in. But I'm sure they'll be satisfied with how they've played today, Taylor.
Oh, no doubt. And you don't want to come in first. If you come in first in semis, you have the curse. Yeah. So you got to go Stark, and if you win it, awesome. If not, it's not the worst thing in the world. You don't finish first in semis and struggle like everyone else is in the grand finals. I don't know why that's a thing. You would figure it transfers over, right? But it's not done. There's more teams here to battle with Chap and Skittles.
And this team here that's coming for a battle, Milan and Chapix, they are a team who needs to have a big performance right now if they want to secure their place, right? Actually, no, I'm mistaken. Sorry, I am mistaken. These guys are secure. It looks like based on their points. Of course, you don't want to go down early, right? You do want to continue to have a good game. This game's going to be a really stats game. Oh my goodness, Chap getting just taken out by Chapix, right? His EU counterpart, it seems. And Skittles now left in a 1v2 against East Lot, which is not going to be favorable.
Milan's pretty far distance, so if Skittles can take and win this 1v1, I think he's got a good shot at it. But just going to get out of here, grab Chap's card, not going to do anything crazy, and go back into the main building. Chapix looking to grab that extra vault loot. And here we have the XF boys. Not a great start. We saw the highlight play from Knight to start the day, but as far as the first couple of games, not exactly how you wanted to see it. Now they're back up in easy quals position. And, these guys, again, have to be a clear favorite going into grand finals.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. They've been playing exceptionally thus far and, putting on a show for us yesterday and even at times today. And so they'll be a great team to have and to be able to watch in that finals, which will be taking place today. This is the final game of the semis, and we will be getting into the grand finals rather shortly. Stretched and Commandment appear to be in this game, which will be interesting to see. We've not seen much of them on the broadcast so far today.
No, we haven't. But last I checked, they were in mid-20s. So maybe not qual, depending on how things finish. But if they're in this game already picking up elims, I'd figure they're going to be in a good spot. Now we get to see Potasai versus the XZ duo here. Potasai is just letting him take the shield right in front of him. He does eventually start banging on the wall, and now Shark looks to get some damage out. Potasai looking super healthy, but Shark trying to jump away and do his best to get out of here.
Yeah, and Shark not able to do that. He gets taken out. But so does Potasai's team at Mason, which leaves him in a 1v1 versus Knight. And let's call it a 1v1, but there are other parties looking to get involved in this fight.
Yeah, we're getting close to the holidays. Everyone wants to party, and now Billy wants to jump in. He doesn't want to feel left out, but Potasai welcomes him in with a nice tag. Knight down below, obviously knowing that Potasai is going to be all by himself, but it's not just one other duo coming to third party this. You see the green arrows on your mini map. That is another duo coming in. Potasai getting tagged as he runs away. This is the right move. Clearly, he needs to get out of this fight with all of those third parties happening.
Yeah, they understand this is do or die, right? You need to have a big game. We can't afford to take risks here. So he's going to opt to get away and play this one out as best as he can. Here we have the Siptos and Floki. Floki goes down, but the Siptos is able to clean out Knight, take him out of the game. And he'll be able to revive Floki, and they'll be able to go about their day. The Siptos and Floki, they've had a great day of games, right? They are currently the best performing EU duo, right? Sitting in 7th place as it currently stands, and continuing to push the boundaries with points. Great stuff from them so far, right? You know, obviously, we talk about all the great EU duos performing today. Their name hasn't necessarily been mentioned, but Floki and Deceptos are 2 great players who, you know, their names need to be noted down.
No doubt. They're doing so quietly. And maybe that's on us. Maybe we should have highlighted them more, but these guys have had a day, easily qualified at this point, and going to be a problem for certain teams. If they're landing near or at this area of Fortilla, that's going to be a problem for Knight and Shark because they consistently land at that split. Now we go back. Skittles is still in the same engagement with Chapix and Milan. Chap, whether he's on Skittles' team or Chapix against him, is not going to leave him alone.
Yeah, and Chapix really looking to get in here. Ruthless aggression from Milan and Chapix. And the taunting on top of it.
Ooh.
Skittles won't be happy hearing that one. And now he's down to just the last legs of HP, and the dancer's coming out. So mean. Really, like just the extended dance as well. It's not like he stopped. Usually people just dance and they stop, but he's not. He's just gonna keep dancing.
Hey, you gotta let him know when it happens. I am the better of the 2 chaps, right? That's what Chapix is saying. We'll find out because it looks like both of these teams will be in the finals. Who knows if they'll both wind up landing at Stark? And Chapix putting on a show for us.
Hey, I need to speak to Chapix after that one. That's a bit too disrespectful. that's a bit too disrespectful. Like someone said, Chapix might get in some DMCA trouble playing all that music there. But good on Chapix and Milan to pick up that. And we'll see them in the finals, hopefully. Maybe we can see them face off against each other even more. The team who has completely broken the boundaries, right? The team who came first in the Opens against all odds, who were in 200 plus place before 2 games ago. They had back-to-back wins and now are sitting in the top 10. And in this final game, looking to add on to their tally. They're in form right now. They're feeling it. And, you know, regardless of what you believe about EU's chances against NA in the finals, you have to be afraid of these guys going into that grand finals.
Yeah, the Sniper King himself picks up another snipe. And if I see him in my game sniping people, I have to be somewhat afraid. That is not someone you want in your game, especially with how consistent he can be hitting those headshot snipes. There's not many players that hit them as consistently as Thomas HG. In fact, I'd say there's no one that hits them as consistently as him.
Yeah, Thomas is just a great player. You know, he's been around in the scene for so long, and like you say, that is the one thing many people know him for, his ability with a sniper in his hands. And so hopefully we can get some highlight plays with the sniper in the next round, of course. Doubt we'll see it much this game. But look, we got a fight breaking out towards Slurpee, right? The Siptos and Floki, we saw them earlier on pick up some eliminations. Or I say some eliminations, it was just the one on Knight as they came in for the 3rd party, but now looking to add to their tally, right?
Yes, definitely. And one thing we didn't touch on was how Thomas and Tayson were looking at Bully and Frisk, potentially going to hold them from qualing. Luckily, another team jumped in the way as these 2 are jumping in the box of this duo, or at least a solo. There's one of them right there. White Hat goes down, and now Frisk is the other enemy that's right in their eyes. Deceptos takes the 50-50. Better, and that's going to be a win for Deceptos. Mark him up.
Yeah, Deceptos doing a really good job there to really take on both of those players. You know, as soon as he picked up the first, right, he went to run and help his teammate Floki. It subsequently runs right into the face of Threat, but is able to deal with that one. And they're going to be set to continue about this game. We hear another EU team, right? So more Frenchies, right? Nakos and Kezix finding themselves in the back for Nakos. Such low HP. He's able to get out there for a second, but shots coming in from multiple parties now. And I don't fancy his chances, I'll be honest, because he does lose his war. You can expect that when he's playing on NA rather than EU. And now struggling to really stay alive here. Stretched and Commandment coming in. And now Kezix and Nakos, who would typically be one of the better duos on their region, being run amok really by one of the best duos on this region, Stretch and Commandment, who are gonna come in for Kezix as well now, really seal the deal on this one. It's all about how long Kezix can really draw this one out, but once again, I just don't fancy his chances whatsoever.
Yeah, and I've been watching. Stretch and Commandment have been keying everyone in this lobby. They have popped up in the elimination feed multiple times. There is another one. They clearly are feeling it. That's 6 eliminations, only going into second zone here, 11. These guys are dominating right now, moving into the grand finals. Not playing as well yesterday as we would have expected, qualifying in Heat 2, but now it's time. They are showing out, and they know exactly what to do.
Most definitely, right? We talked about them earlier and how things did seem to be a bit quiet on their behalf, but, starting to really show off, per se. You see, on the key, right? It's the last game. People trying to play as best as possible, right? Trying to stay up, pick up as many points as can be. But these guys, Stretch and Commandment, not too bothered, right? Really trying to harm other people's games, right? Because that is the game, right? A lot of the players in this lobby are qualified players from what we can see. Spectating back and forth, and a lot of the players we're watching are qualified players. Except for some Matt and Floki here about to go down. Fighting in the storm like that with such low HP is unfortunate. Maizen, who Podesai had to pick up right earlier in the game. These guys avoided a fight way early in the game, but ended up getting into it with each other. Stretch going down low.
Yeah, they picked up one more elim, but that's not going to be good enough. Now it's going to be a problem, and Bully and Frist are sitting deep in Storm. Milan, what is going on here? Frist has to take the medkit. Milan knows he needs to get an elimination if he wants to stay alive. This is all going to come down to who can get the next tag, and that is going to be Frist. But is it going to be in time, and does he have enough HP to get Bully up? They're going to try it. I don't know that they're going to make it out of Storm, but they're going to try.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. I do wonder how far that zone is and how big the circle is, and in terms of how far away they are. It does look like they are a ways away though, but the medkits could come in handy, and the truck of course as well will help. Interesting way this game's played out, right? Things are kind of just taking a turn. At first I thought it was gonna be one of the most stacked games we've seen all day, if not the most stacked. And I think certain teams decided that, hey, look, we're qualified. Let's ruin people's days. You have a replay here of what went down with Stretch and Commandment. I believe it was Commandment that went down. I do wonder how that did happen. But in this replay, you can see Commandment picking up an elimination towards Sweaty Sands. And I wonder if he's still up.
It was the first two of many for them, winning their Sweaty Sands POI, and since from what we've seen, W keyed. Oh, and it looks like Podesai went down to Storm. We saw them fighting Deceptos and his duo in Storm, and now that's gonna fall down. Luckily, Frist and Bully are not gonna fall to the same fate. They were able to make it out. Now have to find some white HP here to hopefully make the best out of this game, because at 341, that's on the edge or on the verge. If I'm just checking quickly at what the standings are, actually, no, that should be good enough. So it looks like another team that is in qualification range.
Yeah, and take a look at the elimination feed. Hoofishy takes out Clicks. I believe that is Clicks and Bizzle playing with each other. So clearly all of the malarkey going on before today's game started with Clicks and Bizzle not being able to play was just that, right? Just a bunch of malarkey. Regardless, we can get a view of the zone. Bully and Frist are going to be able to secure the supply drop, it seems, for free. And maybe even the other. I think they're going for both. Yeah, they are.
They definitely need it looking at their HP. I mean, they're not in the best position. That big pot's going to play a huge factor. Plus, they'll get some movement. Who knows what Frist got, but Frist was very low. And now Bully just doing enough to get the big pot off. The mats are looking good. And from a game that looked to be shambles and barely making it out of Storm, these guys are now in a great spot.
It's just going to be about what they can do with it. Ronaldo goes down to Hen. Once again, I'm not sure where Ronaldo is on the standings, but, you know, this is just a story of the teams who are qualified trying to ruin things for the people who potentially aren't. Right, if Ronaldo is not qualified, going down to Hen like that is going to be heartbreaking.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Bully sneaking the players on height, but Kenzo not gonna just give up right after his teammate gets knocked. We've seen this happen a couple times where a player on height or in a box up above gets snuck. Bully takes full advantage of that with that gold pump.
Yes, so that caught me by surprise. I wasn't too sure what had just gone on in front of me. But we see here over towards Thomas and Tayson seem to position themselves well in the zone. And as things kind of tick down right in our final game, I just can't believe how we've gotten to this point, man. It's been a crazy 2 day of games. And oh, it gets crazier because Thomas gets sniped. And fortunately, Tayson's there to pick him up and take him away to be revived. But oh boy, Thomas getting headshot sniped. How ironic, right?
Luckily, they have plenty of room to work with. Tayson just scoops them up and gets the res off. It's only going to take some time away, some potential elims that they're not getting. But you're right. I mean, it's fitting that the sniper himself now is taken down by another snipe.
We'll see here. Just kind of getting back to what they were doing before. Right back in that same position he was when he just got sniped, right? He wants to get them back. He wants to get his revenge.
If someone sniped Thomas, hey, they are sure going to be able to be sniped, right? At least that's some kind of logic that could work somewhere. As we close out this final game, it's been a blast here, Levin. We're really enjoying this. Before we get into the final end game chaos, just want to say, had a real fun time casting with you today.
Most definitely, man. It's been a pleasure. We've known each other for so long, and it's our first time casting with each other, right? It's been a great journey. We've collabed on content. We've done plenty of things with each other in the past, and it's good to be working with you here. It's good to be watching some of the best talent in EU, NNA competing all against each other. Look, I have some good news for me, bad news for you. Do you want to hear it?
All right, give me an earful.
I just tried to do a little count, just a little count. And as it currently stands, I believe there are 14 teams from EU who are qualifying for the finals right now. 14, Taylor. As it currently stands, things could change.
I got nothing to say. I got to give him the nod. That's impressive. Like, if I'm going to try and downplay that, it is no small feat to be able to qualify for the finals, and then to do it on off ping is even better. So maybe there is something to EU on top, Levin.
I'm telling you, Taylor, you gotta believe, man. You gotta believe EU is on top, but we'll see who comes out on top of this game. Right now, though, we have EMX6R and Yagsu, who we've seen earlier, right? We saw them earlier get into a bit of a fight with Cammy and Paco. Cammy and Paco, who are in this game. Cammy just went down in the elimination feed. But EMX6R and Yagsu, maybe they have something to say, right? We've not really seen them, take a stand and really impress us. So maybe this will be the game that they do just that. They definitely have the gear to be able to do so. And I mean, EMXSR picking up a knock. I'm not sure where that came from, but definitely going to be useful.
An interesting game here. We still have 30 players remaining as we move into the first moving zone. It's going to go right back over towards Holly Hedges, so a fairly flat rotation. The movement is going to be key. You're not going to have to worry a huge amount about elevation changes. So lucky for these players, it's not like the previous lobby. They're going to be able to just rotate away. And we see Till and Crunchy on the high ground. We'll have to see if they are contested. Levin, you've talked about it a lot today. Do you think that they're able to hold height throughout these moving zones?
Ultimately, it will just depend, right? And my honest thought is no. You know, there's so many EU teams still left, and the EU players do tend to look for it, and as well as the EU players that will look for it, there will be other NA players who look for it as well. And so I do think that they will be contested, right? We see Hen and Tomzy, you know, Queasy and Trulex, Thomas and Tayson, Paco still up, right? EMXXR and Yagso, and so I believe one of those guys will probably look to take height. If not, we have other great players who are trying to make names, and Frist himself trying to take names as well. He picks up another elimination. And now without his teammate, he's gonna have to fend for himself there. Sorry, Taylor.
Yeah, no problem there, Levin. Just trying to help you out and take a pickup. Frisk doing his best, showing off those skills as he's taking down multiple players in these moving zones. EMXXR is doing the same thing with his duo Yagso. We see Han and Tomzy, Who Fishy, Trulex, and Queasy. So many players in this game. Marzo W and Nexty on the backside of zone, but we see fire coming in from up above. That is definitely still Till and Crunchy up on the high ground. There appears to be a player going for height. Props is chilling in the mid ground in his metal box, does not want the sauce, is dropping down, and Till and Crunchy are poised to walk away with the victory royale in this game.
Yeah, and it's just going to be about if these players who are still up, right, can they deny anyone who isn't just in that range, right? These guys are watching now, Frizz, EMXXR, they're safe. Right, they've secured their position in the finals. Anything now was just a bonus. Anything now was just an extra, right? But, you know, any players who haven't reached that point, will they be able to fend off against themselves? The MXXR going crazy on the low ground right now. Him and Yagso finally putting on the performance that maybe I wanted to see. But Crunchy and Till on the high ground, looking in a prominent position to pick up this game.
It's so impressive to see these guys play this low ground to a T. Crunchy and Till may own height, but owning low ground is EMXXR and Yagso as they take down another one. They have no stop. They are full flying through this end game, and anyone in their way is going down. They don't care who you are. Frist is doing the same thing. He sees another player on the side of his wall. Do these two collide? Can Crunchy and Till hold everything as Tomzy gets dropped? That's another elim. Oh, but EMXXR says, no, I'm not done. I got another one. And yes, they do collide. Frist takes it.
And Frist, who was able to take out the stronghold on the low ground, is now left in a 1v2 against Crunchy and Till. Will he be able to stay up for much longer? It doesn't look likely. And Till and Crunchy, who are well in the range of qualifying, pick up the victory out.
Hey, that was an amazing last game. Let's throw it to break and come back with some final words